promising race pupil returns. Managed to learn the reality rhizome, and next up is returning to the past. You don't have it in you. Be grateful for that. Your need to steer every conversation towards your own persona is a sign of low self-esteem.
Stop boring, Measurehead. He talks about big things and you only talk about yourself.
Anything is possible, just not for you. Yes, for you, I imagine it was. Don't think that I am now obliged to be part of your little growing spurt. It is not going anywhere.
He just needs some convincing before you can talk to him mano a mano. It's obvious you need to steer the conversation to the topic that interests him the most. Something that he'd like to discuss with another man in private. Other than race science, what else do you think he's into? Light bondage? Tattoos? Perhaps socialism, seeing that he's working for the Union. Doubtful. Women, however, he's surrounded himself not only with one or two, but 3 stellar babes. What's more, all these girls seem to be koikos. What's up with that? You have to find out what's his deal with Grad.
Personal?
What is he talking about, Jean?
You mean the babes? Huh, I see. Perhaps we should talk in private. Come with me.
Wait, where is he taking you? What about the lieutenant? What about the case? You don't have time for this. At least not right now. Maybe later.
To the deepest caverns beneath La Royaume, where eyeless creatures, ignorant of light and warmth, lurk. So, women, huh?
His shoulders relax. Tension is leaving him. Strange. He seems different in here. Less monolithic somehow. The room feels soporific in its silence. Dust particles twirling around in the air.
Women. And that's what you wanted to talk about? What is this really about? That is a lie you administer yourself, like heart medicine. Go without it one day, and your heart will stop. Men only want to reverse time for one reason. They say it's about honor, justice, revenge, regret, redemption, and a plethora of false reasons. But further back, deeper in, it is always love that drives them.
This can't be true for the racist lorry driver. Guy didn't have an ounce of love in his life.
I'm going to do you a kindness, Poopa. I'm going to share a secret with you. Here is the secret. There is no love in the past, only the present. The past is made of static images, distorted memories, demented nostalgia. This, the present, with all its possibilities, innumerable hits and misses, is far superior. It is a living organism.
Maybe, if you inquire more about the present, you'll figure out the secret of returning to the past. What about all the women that surround him? Is the love extended for them as well?
Look around you. Look at the advancements in the sexual sciences. All the novel techniques, accessories, preservatives, massage oils, lubrication salves, abortion clinics. And the women who shave and are capable of understanding concepts like polyamory and coitus casualis. The Khoikhoi and their promiscuity are at the forefront of all that.
Who cares about sexual partners and their promiscuity when you've got the fate and honor of Revachol on your shoulders? But promiscuity leads to drama. Sounds fun. It's high time you incorporated some of these things into your daily life. You really have to find out at some point what's up with him and the Khoikhas.
You're asking me to share the sacred techniques that I've gathered and internalized on my life journey with you, a stranger?
No. No. No, 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 no. No. You're not. You are not fishing for his sacred techniques. They're not worth dying over.
Do not think the serenity of my mother's office makes me forget we are biological competitors, albeit unevenly matched. You are more likely to get the Coalition to sign over their warships than get these weapons of pleasure and control out of me. This knowledge never passes from a man to another man, not even from a father to his son. This path is to be taken in absolute solitude.
He's flexing as he says these last words. It seems to be involuntary.
Desperation, wishful thinking, confusion. No woman wants to create a lasting psychosexual bond with a man enthralled to his biological impulses. You have to shed this infantile shell if you ever wish to find a worthy mate.
Everything's revolving around women and sex with this guy. What's that about?
You are trying to insinuate something. This impotent psychological manipulation does not work on me. Speak up, Poopa.
Now is the time to ask about the smell. Didn't he say that it is impossible to maintain an erection with the distinct smell of the koika?
No. It turns me on.
Interesting. Is it some kind of aphrodisiac then? There is no potard smell. Just making it clear. It's racist rhetoric.
Your mind is unable to capture the nuances of this particular situation. It exceeds the limits of your emotional intelligence and your genetic imagination. Do not even try. No, I am not. Poopa. I belong to the SRS, and voluntary offspring production, chimeric or regular, is not an issue for me.
70s race scientists. Street racing syndicate. Is it some kind of performance enhancement supplement?
The Seaman Retention Society. It does not surprise me that you know nothing about it. Masturbateurs Anonymous is probably an organization you're more familiar with. The SRS is a closed group of strong-willed individuals who have dedicated themselves to building up strategic seaman reserves. It takes iron will and razor-sharp focus, far beyond your spiritual potential.
An enormous expenditure of willpower to build up strategic seaman reserves. You had me at willpower. Let's do it. Life is all about pleasure. Why deny it?
This is an oversimplification, but yes. It's nothing to be proud of, Poopa. Hysterical masturbation is but one of the many illnesses of Occidental civilization. We are life. Life is sexuality. Sexuality in competition with sexuality. The sexuality of other organisms. The point of any competition is to win. The future. In a biological sense, the man whose essence, whose genetic blueprint is passed on to the most hosts, down to the most generations, fulfills his biological purpose to the greatest extent. This is the love victory.
What about the Seaman Retention Society? He's right. Everything's a contest, and only the shiftiest competitors win.
Seaman Retention Society. I told you, this is a simplification. Climax is not required for victory. In fact, it is discouraged. A true man retains his essence. It is far more masculine to pass on a blueprint of your mind and your spirit than your flesh. Women give birth to flesh, and men give birth to spirit. Spirit is immortal.
He has a point. While an idea is born potentially immortal, flesh is always doomed to die. Spirit is housed in flesh. No one cares about your fancy ideas if you're getting beaten up behind a bar.
Your agreement means nothing to me. You're a man defeated by love. It is plain to see. It is in your face, in your voice, in your heart. Love takes courage. You did not have enough. You had a little, too little. That is why we are in my mother's office. You have come to me, seeking wisdom in the sexual arts. Do not waste this opportunity on sycophantic personality mirroring. It will serve you poorly in the great war of love. This is no time for vague generalities. There is something else on your mind. Ask the question you intended to ask, or face your cowardice.
No, this is a trap. He will say or do something horrible if you go down this path. Time to get personal. He's finally ready to open up to you.
The only man worth being called a man, Father Jairzino.
Father Iazinio. Sounds like some kind of mystic, or a magician.
No, a welder.
An honest job for an honest man.
Father Jairzino made me hard, where my mother made me soft. Together, they made me complete.
Nothing in the history of things that are has ever been as monolithic as Jean-Luc Measurehead right now. He is an obelisk, a towering phallic obelisk of willpower. The hair on your arm stands up as you hear the wind howl behind the window. An outline of a small bathroom appears in your mind's eye. Above the sink, in a tumbler, is a pair of labeled toothbrushes. One of them is labeled Martha, and the other one, which appears to be a chewing bone, has Iazinio carved into it. A shadow falls over the ceramic tumbler. An imposing figure, with almost mythical proportions, fills the entire room. He's hunched over the sink, and muscles like waves on the ocean roll under his skin, with even the smallest of movements. Roll or twitch, that guy must be juicing. No way he's natural. Big time. TRT, growth hormones, Gradian power injections. He's on all of them. shaving, or about to chop firewood because, oh, he is shaving, sliding an enormous axe blade down his bristly chin, with grunts accompanying the process. Steam is emanating from his naked body. The image blurs. He wasn't even using soap. Incredible.
Let me say that again. It is the balance between soft and hard that made me complete. Father Jairzinho was very wise. He realized that if the tender touch of my mother wasn't opposed, I would turn into a complete pussy.
No, not a pussy.
So he did what a man must. He became a counterweight of iron. Through scarcity, ascesis, discipline, and respectful distance every father should have for his son.
How sad. This man only ever knew his mother's love. Smells like physical violence, just like with Kuno and his dad. Hopefully, he at least taught his son some welding.
Yes, I inherited my genetic makeup from Father Jairzinho. I am an evolution of him. He is immortalized in my essence, even after his physical body expires.
The last words are said almost with a longing. And by essence, he means his strategic semen reserve. A collector, that one.
Because Father Jairzinho is my father, and his name is Jairzinho.
His father taught him respect.
The stereotypical worries of a traumatized social worker. The reality does not correspond to your personal trauma. And if it did, I would welcome it. A good fight with Father Jairzinho would be a great honor.
Personal trauma? Is he implying you were the one who got beaten up by your dad?
This denial does not serve your spirit. You are like a dog with its tail between its legs. It is visible to all. It is visible to women, and the reason why you haven't found a worthy mate, or why the worthy mate was stolen from you.
Strange. There are no memories of that recorded anywhere in your body. He's making it up. He's making it up to gain an unfair advantage over you in sexual and possibly financial competition. Slip out of his reach. It's more likely that your father wasn't even around to beat you. It wasn't your father who beat you. It was the world.
This is a weakness I can empathize with. You have my pity. Take solace in it. You are not fit to make assumptions about Father Jairzinho. His ability to form emotional bonds with his offspring was exemplary. Teaching self-control, discipline, ascesis, and respect was an act of love greater than anything that you or your pharmacotherapeutic culture can come up with.
Hit him right in the soft spot there with that question.
No, I am not interested in welding. I am merely offering a small glimpse of functional family dynamics. Something you were clearly deprived of. No, he does not. But it doesn't matter. I shouldn't care, and I don't, what he thinks. I am myself, not him. This is how he taught me.
Intellectual independence. Definitely something worth celebrating. But deep down, he does care. Of course he does. He's his son.
Yes, I have always liked this place. It is my favorite. When I was a kid, I used to come here and wait for my mother to finish her work. Great times were had here, filling in the great coloring book of the Simena flora and fauna, the carrion flowers and the monotremes, the mangrove forests and the megabats. And the couch. The couch is very comfortable, even though it is very small. There is no couch like this one.
The couch does look very cozy. He's right about that.
No. Yes. She did, yes. With great honors. The greatest, some say. A true modern ritual. The entire organization attended when she was given the honorary engraved paperweight. It was a tender day.
Here's a son who absolutely adores his mother. Adorable. Something moves in the depths of your mind, sending shocks of cold through the connective tissue. You're sitting on a kick sled, whizzing through the snow. A warm, kind presence is guiding the sled behind you, her mittened hand resting on your back. You feel very, very loved, and very, very safe.
The greatest.
His tone is so solemn that, if your eyes were closed, you could swear he has taken a knee.
Clearly, it is impossible for you to shed your neurotic obsession. This wailing for the past is a task unfit for men. It is better left for widows mourning their husbands, and for mentally ill communists mourning their commune. If you want advice on babes, or the mysteries of life, or even on Revachol, look forward. To escape your defeated state, you need to move forward, on to future victories.
But isn't he a traditionalist? Why does he keep talking about future?
I am not a traditionalist. Life on this planet does not move backwards. The ivy moves forwards, covering the whole door. The flowers grow outwards, covering the whole meadow. Nothing grows against time and space. Only along its ley lines can nature progress. It seems to me you are in need of a warning. Here it is. It is absolutely possible to return to the past. You just need to take a ticket to Seregli Island, the southernmost of the Semenan Archipelago, also known as Ile de Fantôme, and walk into Pale. Let it dither and rot your mind. Then you can marinate forever in your irreversible defeat, while race enemies laugh at your motionless, gap-mouthed corpse.
No, no. This does not sound inviting. Where would you even get a ticket? You can't just pack your bags and leave. Finally, a chance to connect with the divine. It gets very cold in the office, like in a desert after the nightfall.
Before you go looking for tickets, I suggest you see what it does to a man. The rule is a cruel, master, but it is not pale. Pale takes your mind and rejects the flesh. It is capricious and terrifying, like a virgin. You will lose your courage before her face. Go have a look. The white-haired protein mass at the intersection. A lorry driver. Impossible to miss her if you're even a half-decent cop. An empty vessel the mind has deserted. A husk no longer inhabited by the consciousness. Biological waste.
Ah yes, protein mass. A scientific term from Grad for a person terminally overexposed to the pale. Mouth open, catatonic, completely unable to return to the present. This goes far beyond your conceptual reach. Beyond the conceptual reach of anyone, really. A chill races down your spine.
This one is not like the others. Go find her. See what a relentless obsession with the past does to a man. Yes, our little meeting has finished. It's time to leave my mother's office and return to our jobs. I hope this has been illuminating to you. And remember, what happens in my mom's office stays in my mom's office. Quiet contemplation ends, biological rivalry resumes.
Finally. I thought I'd have to come looking for you. What took you so long? Really? What happened?
Probably shouldn't have asked you this.
Right. Did he teach you a way to turn back time?
Trying to hide a smile. Was it a mistake leaving him alone with that guy?
But why? Actually, do me a favor and please don't tell me. Let's just quickly go and touch base.